I don't know who needs to hear this, but you are only a failure if you stop trying. And that's really hard for a young person to understand. I'm only 25 and I don't understand it yet, but this feeling like you're a failure thing is a comparison issue, not a failure issue, because where does your definition of being a failure come from? It comes from looking at somebody who you think is successful or having this idea of success in your head and thinking that you're not there yet. So if you feel like a failure, the first thing I would do is ask yourself, what does success look like to me? Because an issue I often run into is that I compare myself to other people's successes when I don't even want the success they have. I look at somebody who has 1 million followers online and they're selling a course. I think I'm a loser because I don't have that, but I don't want to sell a fucking course. You might see or know somebody in your family who's a doctor and think I'm a failure because I'm not a doctor making $200K a year. You don't even want to be a fucking doctor. So start by asking yourself what your definition of failure and success are, because if you have a good definition, then I think it's valid to start criticizing yourself. If you want to be a doctor and you just failed your freshman year chemistry class, then yeah, you're failing right now. You need to figure it out, but it all stems from knowing what failure and success are, and that's really hard for somebody who's young to do. So what I would advise, to get back to my original point, is look at failure as akin to not trying. You're only failing if you're not trying, because if you're trying, you're learning, and if you keep trying, eventually you will be winning. What it's going to be in, who fucking knows? But the point is, if you don't try, then you fail.